Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday, the big Saturday, the big end of the weekend. Starting out my deliveries today, going for that big number. Basically maintaining work-life balance today. I got to end by a certain time. Again, I always put time first. That's the most important thing. And when you're maintaining work-life balance to be able to do the delivery services, you got to make sure that you set the time up the right way. That's the beauty of this. Remember, you don't get paid by the hour, or you don't get paid a salary. You get paid on performance. So you have to make sure that you're always doing your best and setting everything up the right way to be able to work out here. I got about 10 minutes on an item that I got to pick up right now. I'm at Walmart Sparks. I'm doing today. See how they load the cars up for you? That's what I love about this, man. They load the cars up for you. They put them in the car for you. About going in and doing shop and delivered. No, I like to work smarter, not harder. And today is definitely work-life balance. Basically, I have some things that I have to do later on with family. And I started early enough to be able to put in enough time. Remember how I did the other day, to be able to hit this number. So you start early enough so you get closer and closer and closer. And that's what I'm doing right now. As I said last time, you could definitely make $100 a day doing Walmart Sparks or multi-apping, which makes it even faster for you, because this way you increase the probability to be able to hit that number in that day. Now, when you're trying to build up from 100 to say 200, you have to be able to build it up in increments. Okay, because hey, let's put it like this. It's like a sprint. All right, you're trying to sprint to $200 a day or $100 a day. Let's start with a basic number, $100 a day. And any of these three apps, well, not any of them, because it's a little bit harder to do it with DoorDash. It's when you have all three apps on at full strength in one market, working a solid amount of hours, you'll get to see how fast it takes for you to hit $100. It could take you 4 hours, it could take you 5 hours, depending on your market, okay? Once you understand how to hit $100 a day, then you start stretching it just a little more, okay? Now you have to take into consideration expenses, gas. You got to put gas in your car to move your car to make the money, okay? You also got to take the consideration food, okay? If you decide to spend money on food, remember, all this stuff is tax written off at the end of the year. So if you got a good CPA and you know how to write things off, you get money back. That's the main thing, okay? That's the beauty of it. So, and also you get money back on repairs in the car, miles in the car as well too. So, but let's get back to the point. You want to get from here to $100. Let's say this is 100, you want to get here. So you got to find out from here to here, your market, working all the three apps, and working the time frames, okay? So when you work the time frames and you work them very, very well, and you reach $100, now you know you can hit $100 without no problem. So now you want to stretch from 100 to 200. That's where it gets a little bit more sophisticated, depending on your market, depending on the flow, depending on how the stores are doing. So let's say, to be good with yourself, let's say you want to go from 100 to 125. Now you find out how you're doing and how you hit, how many hours you're working, how's your flow from 100 to 125. The next day you can then push to 150. So by doing it in increments, you're being more patient with yourself. And you're developing a flow and a system that works for you, because you have to have that level of confidence to know that you could do $100. If you know you can do $100, then you know you can do 125. Then you know you can do 150, and you build it up slowly, bit by bit. Listen, if you want to come storming out of the gates and you want to say to yourself, oh, I want to do 200, you can give yourself that big high number, but again, you got to know the flow in your market. You got to know that you have the market locked down. You got to watch out for any conditional things that can happen in the market, like roadblocks, weather. Are the apps working? Okay, that will happen. I've had orders where I go to the store and they get canceled. Now I got to wait for another order. I had one store today that I got a big order for $60, 31 miles. Okay, great dollar per mile ratio. But that store is infamous with not being able to handle their own volume and success. So I'm sitting here because I'm very time sensitive. You know, I only have so much time on the road. I have to have flow. If I don't have flow, it's going to slow me down for the day and it's going to hurt my pocket. Okay. So this is where you're going to start learning which Walmart store you want to go to. And I'm strictly talking about Walmart, but I also have DoorDash and GrubHub on in my market. Okay. So I have them going off in the background, but I'm really concentrated on Walmart because I want to get the higher paying offers. I want to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. So I said to myself, okay, look, they haven't even gotten started on the order yet. So I'm sitting there. It's very tense. And I said to myself, you know what? You got to trust your gut. Trust your gut. Because that's all you got out here is your gut. When you do this enough and you've gone to several stores that you know are either powerhouses, average, or really good, or really crappy, then you know through your gut, which is based on past experiences, that it's better for you to just cut loose, drop it, and go to the next one. So I basically took that $60 order. It wasn't even started yet. And I said to myself, okay, I'm not going to stay here because so many things can happen. There have been orders where they've been like $60, and then when they're starting to work on it, it starts to decrease because they cancel a certain amount of items on that order. And it drops from 60 to 54, from 54, and so the miles decrease as well too. So even though you went there for that number, it can start to decrease. It doesn't happen at every Walmart. I'm just saying that particular Walmart, and I'm not calling out any names because I don't want to, put them out there and stuff. But it does happen. This is where you have to trust your gut. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that your time is money. You got to create flow. Okay? You got to find a way to trust your gut to create flow. Okay? And when you're out here, that flow is very important. Okay? So I cut out. I left and I came right over to the other Walmart that I know works very well. Got an order. A lot less. But at least I feel good trusting my gut because I have to keep the flow moving, okay? I only have a certain amount of time, so I got to be able to work with flow in order to get as close as possible to my number. I mean, to actually hit it is not easy, but if I can get as close as possible to my number, I feel good, okay? And that's what's going to happen when you start working these apps. You're just going to know which ones to take, which ones not to take, which places to work, which places not to work. You're going to start to learn and realize, well, this store is very slow. I got to trust my gut that they're going to screw me over. And then you just drop the order, go to another store, and try to stick in that market and stay with that market and stay with that store. And just work that store. At least it will give you flow, okay? Again, like I stressed, I can't tell you how much money you're going to make in your market, okay? Can you make $100 a day having all three apps on, working a certain area, knowing your area? Yes, you can. I don't know your area, but you have to go out there and make it happen. Again, if you have any questions about my system and how I do it, leave some comments down below. And just do your best. That's all you can really do. I mean, every market is totally different. I've been working my market and discovering my market for up to 6 years now. So the money is there. You just got to know how to get it. And don't worry about there being so many drivers on the road. There's more than enough business for everyone, okay? Whether it's part-time or full-time, there's more than enough business. Just go out there with a great attitude, give it your best, and your best will always be good enough. So anyway, let me get back over here to Walmart. I got my order waiting for me. We will be in touch, and I'll be back with any more tips and tricks. And again, all the love that you can give me for subscribing to my channel is great. I really appreciate it. My YouTube content creation is growing. I'm up to 127 views from yesterday. So that's working really well. By me taking this dead time and using it to pass on knowledge to you, creating this video content, I'm moving in the right direction. So I'll keep you posted on that as well too. Have a great day.